let's just let that sink in for a second. That support system you've poured your heart and soul into building, it might actually be the very thing holding your business back. Today, we're going to dig into why, and more importantly, what we can do about it. Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. We're about to dive into a pretty fundamental shift that's happening in the SaaS world. It's all about moving away from just reacting to customer problems and stepping into a future where we build autonomous engines that stop those problems from ever happening in the first place. You know, for decades, the support ticket was king, right? It was the gold standard. But in today's fast-paced global market, it's just not cutting it anymore. In fact, it's become a major roadblock. It's a model that's built to wait for things to break. And that built-in lag is costing companies big time. And this really gets to the heart of the change in thinking. The old model, with those passive little chat bubbles, puts all the work on your customer. That you have to find the bug, figure out how to explain it, and then just wait. The new model, it completely flips the script. It builds proactive logic right into the user interface to sense friction and solve it before the user even has a chance to get annoyed. Okay, so this is the real kicker. Every single moment a human has to get involved, what we call human in the loop, that creates a delay. And when those delays happen at critical moments, like a payment failing or an integration breaking, that's when customers churn. Your user doesn't care about your ticket queue. They just know your app is broken and they are out of there. All right, so if the old way is broken, what's next? What's the alternative? Well, it's an architecture built not on reaction, but on anticipation. It's a whole new way of thinking, designed to solve problems literally before they even exist.
And that brings us to this amazing core concept, silent resolution. Now, this isn't just about faster support. It's way bigger than that. It's about the absence of needing support at all. The engine spots a potential snag, fixes it in the background, and the user just continues on completely unaware that anything ever went wrong.
So, from the user's perspective, what does this feel like? The answer is absolutely nothing. It's completely invisible. It starts with zero-touch interaction, meaning they never even have to ask for help. Then, the system is proactively sniffing out anomalies in real time, which kicks off automated fixes in the background. The end result? A perfectly smooth, uninterrupted experience. This all sounds a bit like magic, right? So how does it actually work? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the tech that powers this whole engine. And I'll tell you right now, we're talking about a major evolution, way beyond the simple AI chatbots we're all used to seeing. This table really lays out the huge leap we're talking about. On one hand, you have simple LLM wrappers. Think of it as just a conversational skin on an AI. It's reactive, it just sits there and waits for you to tell it something's wrong. But on the other side, you have these task-oriented agent swarms. These are a totally different beast. They're wired in deep with your APIs, they understand workflows, and they're constantly monitoring all your system's data. The telemetry. They don't wait for a problem, they actively hunt for it. So, what are these swarms actually doing all day? Well, they're constantly watching all that data to predict where issues might pop up. When they spot something, they use these logic triggers to automatically launch a fix. And here's the really cool part. They function as a self-correcting ecosystem, always learning and improving, all while staying within the guardrails you set for your brand. It's not just another bot, it's more like an operational brain for your entire product. Now, this is where the old model truly breaks down. Global scale. For any modern SaaS company, trying to scale your support and operations across different countries and time zones is one of the biggest headaches. And this new model, it's built specifically to solve that. All right, check this out. Just one number on the screen. 15 plus. Any guesses what that could possibly represent? That's the number of different tech stack tools an autonomous engine might need to connect with just to fix one single synchronization error. Think about that. The complexity is insane, and trying to manage that tangled web with a human support agent for every little issue, it's just not scalable. It's impossible. And these are exactly the kind of messy, high-stakes global problems that agent swarms are designed to handle automatically. We're talking about things like fixing cross-border billing failures in real time, navigating regional compliance laws that seem to change overnight, and providing super-fast support because the processing is decentralized. And this goes so far beyond simple translation. This is about culturally aware, autonomous problem-solving. Okay, so we've talked about the problem, we've talked about the tech, but what's the actual payoff? What does this all get you? It's nothing short of a complete redefinition of what customer success even means. It's simple, really. When you eliminate that friction, the business metrics that everyone cares about start to look a whole lot better. Customer lifetime value, it goes up. Net revenue retention,
that goes up too. And churn, the silent killer of so many SaaS businesses, it goes way down. This is the real, tangible ROI of going zero touch.
But it's not just about the numbers. What about your people? By automating all these resolutions, your customer success team is finally freed from that constant reactive firefighting. They can actually focus on the work they were hired to do, big picture strategy, building deep customer relationships, and actively driving growth.
You know, when you boil it all down, it comes back to this one simple, really powerful philosophy. The absolute best customer support you can possibly provide is the kind your customer never even knows exists, because the problem was solved before it ever became a problem.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. If your team wasn't spending all of its time and energy putting out fires, what incredible new value could they be building for your customers instead? What does that future look like for you?